Okay, this will be an interesting one. Going at 200 for this. Going to make it really contrasty. Let's see what we've got. We've got here a business tie. So we've just got here a business tie, as you can see there, and we're going to make it into an interesting piece with movement. We're doing movement for this time. I've never done that with a business tie demo, so we're just going to put it there. We're going to slip and slide it. See how that looks. Okay, out it comes. Let's see how that looks. That looks interesting, but it still looks a bit boring. I'm going to make a better job of that. I'm actually going to do something different. I've done this just on another demo I did today. We're going to use this as our original, and we're going to slip and slide that one around to make a more interesting effect. So we're just going to put it on there like so. Maybe stick it on 100% and see how we go. See if we've got a better result. Yeah, that looks more interesting and it's more colourful. I can see some colours breaking out, including yellow, which you wouldn't think would break out there, but it is. So that looks really good so far. We're going to put that one down, and we're going to take this one and we're going to move it, slide it around. Let's see how good we can make this one come up. See if this is an improvement, and then we can use a section out of this and make it into a more interesting work. Yeah, that looks interesting. When you do these multi-generational movements, you often get this lovely patterned effect. I'm thinking we can now use it to take a section out of this image and enlarge it. This section that we like. So now we're just going to enlarge it 200, but we might go bigger than 200, or maybe we'll stick with 200 to start with. Or hang on, we're going to go bigger than 200. We're going to make it 260 by 260. So it's going to be a fairly substantial enlargement. So now we're just going to put this piece away, and we're going to take this section and we're going to enlarge it. So we're going to take a section out of there, and it's going to be made really big. So it's not going to be easy trying to gauge where to put this sheet. Sorry folks, it's not easy trying to do that when you got one hand holding the camera, or should I say the phone, which is a camera. So we're just going to see how that works. Whoops, a bit clumsy there. So let's see how this turns out. Yeah, that looks really nice. Wondering if we could move that, we try and get that away from the center of the page, or the centre of this side. So I'm not sure how that's going to happen, whether we're going to move it up or move it down. I think we're going to move it up. So we're just going to slide that up, and that's as far as we go with this dock feeder. So we're going to slide it down instead and hope that'll turn up a treat. We can see where we've had it on the edge there. You can see the edge of the glass area. I'm also thinking we might be able to enlarge it vertically, failing that or whatever. We'll see how we go. See if we've made it look even better. So now we've got that lovely piece there. It looks better in that position. Although I was thinking that was going to be the centre of the page, but that's in the wrong place. That's the problem with these mirror images. You can't always get what you want. It's really funny, folks. It's very funny, but I think maybe that's how it should be, and we're going to make that the centre of the job. Got to move all this other shit out of the way. Got to keep this photocopier in play while we're at it. So we're just going to do that as it is. But, you know, it's nice to do things a little bit more differently, because sometimes just one generation of movement isn't good enough to get a really good result. Some objects just don't lend themselves well to that kind of work, and this one didn't. But it lends itself beautifully to this. So it's good to get to do something different. I looked at some of my old photocopier demos when I had my old C353, and back in those days I wasn't doing even mirror images, and I found the demos I did on that machine, most of them really boring. But it looked good at the time. So you got to progress. As time goes on, you got to sort of move on and do new things. Throw in a new piece of work every now and then to make it more interesting, so you don't get stuck in the same rut. And I admit that I do get stuck in ruts, folks. I'm not so wise that I don't, but I like to just push myself along out of the comfort zone a little bit, and it often comes up a treat like this. So let's just line this up. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, now that's really interesting. I think now we can call it. I was thinking, but wondering if we're going to try another version of this. We're going to try and rearrange it, because I've just seen that maybe this might be a better version. Sometimes I will turn off the camera and realise I should have done this differently, or maybe I just think it, but sometimes I think, shit, I fucked it up. And I don't like that, folks, when I do something, and sometimes I don't make the right judgment with how I present the mirror images. Now this piece of bedding is getting under the corner of this paper, but I just get really regrets when I realise I could have done it differently and better, often better. So while I'm on camera and I've brought this and this has come to my attention, I'm going to fix it. We just nudged this one out of place, folks. Sorry, just a little bit tricky trying to get this into position. Anyway, probably not much better, but at least the eyes look good on the outside instead of on the inside. So I think now I can call this demo quits.